It's the new year. Here we go. I don't have a plan as much as I have ideas, and this is mainly because I think we all learn that sometimes, even if I want to, things happen. That's life, that's what it is. But I do like to have ideas of things that I want to work on, like the Vampire Project, which is there still looking at me judgmentally. But then I have tiny ideas of tiny projects that I would like to do. There's a couple of silly things. There's a couple of sort of gifts or things that I want to make people, but it's really tricky because I don't feel that I'm on a level in which those things could come up the way I would like them to, and so I am still considering them. But then, and this is, I guess, the news to begin the year, I might actually be able to go back to the festival. Yes, yes, the festival that kind of is part of this whole vlog at this point. And it is in August, and technically I'm in, but we're still going to see. This year, however, the third year, things are going to change in the sense that I don't plan of doing things from scratch fully and totally. I actually would like to kind of do a sort of sideways of the project that I have overall with my stuff, which is to really think about what I have and make it mine. And it's a similar thing for this. I would like to use the things I already have, try to, use it in a different way, because that's the thing, every edition, it's a different view of something. And so I would be quite excited to also use some of the things that I have learned to do, or, just try new things, of course. This a sort of dress, maybe, maybe two, that I would like to try to make, but they're not really from scratch. They're actually a modification of things I already have, but that I would like to make them better, because that's the other thing that I think it could be helpful in the mindset of reducing. It's not just about making new just because I can, but maybe let's really look at what I have, and maybe there's something that I'm not going to wear like that, but I can modify it. That's also creative. So yeah, that is kind of the mindset. This is kind of the general idea. Hopefully I'm going to be able not only to do it, but to share it. I hope for all of us that we're able to feel a little bit more happy on our creative journeys this year. Let's go. And a couple of weeks have passed by. I have done some cleaning more than anything. I did the whole checking all of my bags, and some of them I had to say goodbye because I don't reach for them, I don't use them. There's another ones that they are on trial. This is what I like to call the pieces that I have that I know I don't reach for as much, or I they don't feel like my vibe, but either sentimental value or I just see something in them that makes me keep them. But they're on trial because in the next couple of months, I would like to either find something to do with them, some DIY project or something, or just find some usefulness for those things, because it's important to let go. But it's not about just, rooting it all out and be like minimalism. No, no, no. It's about learning and understanding a little bit better the things that us we are surrounded by. And so yeah, they're on trial. We will see. Otherwise, if I don't find anything to do with them, if I don't really reach for them, I'm just gonna have to say goodbye, and someone else might give it the life that they deserve. So that's been interesting. Also, I did some proper cleaning, and in my proper cleaning, I found a project that I began like, oof, couple of months ago, and it was really interesting because I had to throw basically all of it away. I have used materials, and I had a vision, I have an idea, and I love the idea. However, I jumped the shark. That's the reality. I went too big, too fast, with no real thought behind it. And so I began with all of the, good nature of it. And then I had to suffer the reasons, and then nothing was really making sense. Everything wasn't going according to plan. And I just felt really defeated and embarrassed. And now, even more, because while I was cleaning, I realized I'm not going to do this project. I'm not going to finish it because it's not right. And so I had to throw it away. And that was really sad. That was really, really sad. I don't like wasting stuff. And so That realization was really important. But it's not about, being like, oh, I'm the worst. No, it's about, it happens. I think that I had good intentions, but I needed to start a little bit slower. I need some time to take things one step at a time. And even though I might have some experience with creating stuff, that doesn't mean I can just straight up do everything right away. So that's it. That's fine. We're going to close that chapter for now. Maybe in the future. At the moment, I have other projects that I actually rather work on. And so that's it. And it's fine. It's fine. For the rest of the month, however, I was thinking about once again trying to project things. And I know, I've tried it 100 times. I know. But the thing is, though, that I have a couple of weeks before break that I have. And I have the schedule for those weeks, more or less. And so I'd really would like to put inside of that scheduling some moments that I know I have slightly longer time to do stuff. I would like to add in there some of the things of the project. So, for example, Castlevania. And just one day, I just added to my schedule Castlevania. And I just find the way to kind of do it and progress on it, but I don't have to think about other things, nor do I feel that, okay, now I have the time and I don't know which project to focus on. So I want to try that to see how it goes. I do think it's going to be interesting. I have this wanting to do a lot of things. I would like to do so many stuff, not just creative, but in many other areas. But I struggle to choose one. And so I was thinking of, if I have a list of the things that I would preferably in the next couple of weeks work on, I can then place it on my schedule, and when the day comes, I know what I have to do. I don't want to feel that I am pushing it, but nor do I want to not have something slightly more clear, a path. Because as a neurodivergent, I struggle without something to reach for. And so I need to find my own way to organize myself. So yeah, that's kind of the idea for the next couple of weeks. I want to do some creative stuff, and I would like to share with you, but also would like to do some other stuff. We'll see what we can do. In any case, we keep on going, we keep on trying. Oh no, there's another tiny thing that I want to share, which is my tiny journey also of trying to reduce the waste that I produce. We all produce waste, is the world we're living, sadly. However, I do feel that especially when you start earning money, we have this tendency of feeling like, oh, I can just buy that because I know it's not going to cost a lot. But just because I can doesn't mean I should. And so I've been noticing, again, with the bags, for example, or with many other stuff, that I sometimes have gotten things just because I could, and they're just there. And it's not necessary because it creates waste. And it's not just about the waste that is produced after you throw the thing away, if you finish using it. Is the fact that in the economy that we're living, that is a demand. So buying something, it's a monetary point in order to create more of that thing. And so now I'm trying to think about that and be like, okay, but the thing that I'm buying, is it going to produce more of this? But I don't really need this already, because if I actually look at the things that I already have, a lot of times I can just manage. And that is somehow creative, because it's creative ways to reduce the waste. And I want to share some of them, like 2 particularly of them that I have been doing, which is cream and perfume. I like to smell good. And sometimes when traveling, it can be really tricky to find the right thingy for perfume, because I bought one and it's terrible. All of it is gone basically, and I don't know where. I think it just kind of went away off the sides. And when I went to use it the other day, it was empty, and I was like, this is basically a waste of money. And I felt bad. And so I was like, no, hold on. Let's think it through. Now, the bottle of perfume, it's a certain amount, and it's not really always really nice to bring around. However, I had this. I had this just lying around in, a lot of the things that I have. And I realized this is actually a spray bottle. Probably, I don't know, I think it was going for medicine. maybe, but it doesn't matter. The point is that it's glass, so I was able to clean it. Also this part here, and it just works perfectly because it is a nice amount that you can carry with you, and it sprays quite nicely. And I really like this actually because I don't know, I think it's really fun to move it and to do like this or like this. I don't know, I think it's fun, and I already had it, so this is something for perfume. Now the other thing is cream, especially because of work, and especially in the last couple of months, my hands have been really dry. I even got a sort of thing in here that is really not fun. And so I found that I had this tiny cream around from a gift I got ages ago, but I didn't really particularly like the smell. However, I was like, I need cream. I need to have it with me because that way, whenever I can, and I think about it, I can just put some cream on it, and it has helped a lot. But the cream was already ending, and I was like, once again, it would be so easy to just go, oh, I can just buy another one. But this packaging, it's okay. It's plastic. It's not gonna last forever. Surely not. Especially, usually this packaging, this part is the one that breaks first, or maybe this one if you apply a lot of pressure. But if you treat it decently enough, it's going to last. And it's plastic, it's not gonna melt if you put any other cream in it. And so I just basically used a syringe that I had without a needle, no need for it, and I just took some of my big cream and I put it in here, and it's back to being completely filled with cream that I can use at work and carry with me because the size is perfect. So I don't need to buy something that is travel size when I already have it and it's quite functional. So you see, tiny things, sometimes it's easy to just again buy, and we sometimes don't even notice, which I think a scary thing at times. So yeah, this kind of the tiny things that I've been, creative things that I've been trying to do and to notice, and I want to also add them to this because like I said, they are creative, and yeah, I want to share it. So anyway, next of the month, here we go. I have to be honest, I have to come clean and say that I have not worked on the Castlevania costume. I haven't felt, in the mood for it. However, I've been trying to do stuff. I've been trying to do some cleaning. I've been trying to think once again about how to organize the space around me. And you cannot see it because it's not in this room, but in other areas I have been doing some cleaning as well. And there's a couple of books that I have decided to give away because maybe I already read them and I'm okay with giving them away, like that experience is gone, so someone else can enjoy them. Or maybe there are books that they didn't vibe with, so I didn't finish, and I just don't want to keep them because for what? Again, someone else can enjoy them. So I've been doing that. I did one round a couple of weeks ago, and I am ready for another one. I still want to search around and be quite honest with myself because by doing that, I do realize that I have a tendency sometimes to get excited about things and I just get them, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna use this. I'm not gonna give it the purpose, and I feel bad. And so it's been useful for that, for the working on the awareness in regards to it. The last couple of times that I have gone out and I had money and I had the time to buy things, I have to say I contain myself, so I'm quite happy with that. I think it's progress. I also have a list of the things that I would like to buy. I would like to buy this year for different reasons at different times, but also I have an idea of the things that I have to buy during this year, like a couple of books, and as well as a couple of things like health, because I have a couple of appointments and they cost money. And so having that awareness has helped me, I think, a little bit to diminish the amount of unnecessary buying, because it is unnecessary. So yeah, it's been interesting. I still hope to do a little bit more, but we'll see. It's almost the end of the month, but I have updates and I have done a little bit of changes around here. One of which is this shelf in here. I got it for the festival last year because if you undo the whole thing, it is very lightweight. But as you can see, it's really helpful. So for camping was quite useful. I'm still going to use it this year. Absolutely, I love it. The shelf arrived to this point because I like to see the upper part. However, because I have some extra notebooks and things that I need to read and study and whatnot, I decided to add an extra shelf, and so you can see over there the decorations. And the other thing that I want to talk about is this. I know, what is it? It's a lipstick, but it's the container that I want to talk about, as well as some of the details here on this shelf, as well as, you know, around me. And when I made a video talking about the decorations in my room, one of the main points for me was that it wasn't okay, I want to change it, and so I'm just going to go out, buy all of the pieces and make it my own, which is nice to see maybe on TV, sure. However, I come to quite appreciate the journey of it and finding pieces. And it's interesting how when you buy the pieces in different times and in different periods and in different moments, you somehow kind of remember them a little bit better, and there is a history behind it. And I quite appreciate that. Like a lot of even just the you know, those things where you add pieces of paper. I don't know how you call them in English, but whatever. You see how there are different types of green because I bought them at different times and I found it at different colors. And it's a silly thing, but I think, I don't know, it's a lovely story. It's a lovely addition to the things that surround me, that not just things. There is something behind it. Another thing is my earrings, for example. Not all of them, of course, some of them are just it, but others I bought at very specific places. And so when I see them, when I wear them, I kind of bring that story with me, and I think that's lovely. And this is another case. I got this lipstick ages ago. I didn't use that color. It wasn't my style. However, I decided that I could just melt it and mix it with other ones, and I found the color that I quite use, that I quite like, and it's in a very aesthetically pleasing container. But you see, I didn't buy a new container because I don't need to. The reality is that plastic can last quite a bit, and we're already using a lot of stuff that we just throw away. So if I can make the action, if I can make the choice to avoid that, why not? I have the possibilities, I can do it. It was already here, so yeah. But now I want to show you what I've done in the last couple of days. Remember, I used to, I did, took a picture of all of my clothes, basically. And I did a folder, all of the shirts, all of the pants, all of the skirts, all of the dresses, and so on. And I decided to do the same with my accessories. So all of my earrings, then we have all of my rings, all of my bracelets, and here down all of my necklaces. And I took a picture of all of them, which was basically 2 full days, because I needed also to profit from the couple of good days that we had. And yeah, I kind of checked all of them, and a huge part of it was not just to take a picture and then create a folder that allows me to have a number of things that I own, which is quite embarrassing, so I'm not going to say it, but I do have a couple of things. But it was also really interesting to see a shawl, and now seeing at the folder and seeing all of the pictures, being like, I really don't wear a lot of these things. I could easily say goodbye to so many of this. So that's one of the projects that I want to do. One of the reasons why I put them all in these boxes is that I do have a mirror that you can put all of your accessories in. There's just that it's not big enough. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff. And if I don't see it, I forget it exists, but then I feel guilty because I forget it exists. So it's not great. Not only that, there's a couple of things that I would like to see if I can fix. Because sadly, for example, with the rings, I love me some rings, but I have annoying fingers that they don't fit. And so there's a couple of things that I would like to see if I can do something about that. I would like to wear them. Some of them are a little bit dirty, so I would like to clean them. I would like to do, you know, some of all of that work. But by putting them all in these boxes, I don't know, it brings me joy. So that's what I did in the last couple of days. I have plans for them. And if I don't have plans for them, I'm going to let them go, because why would I keep everything? You know, that is kind of the journey that I'm in at the moment. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to do it slowly but surely. No pressure. We're just trying to surround ourselves with the things that makes us happy, that we like, that we use. So that's the journey of the month. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do more during this month. There's a couple of days left, as I said, but you never know at this point. I did try to do some editing, with another software, but I have to get used to it, and it can be a little bit hard, but I'm trying. I would like to see if I can fix either the computer or the software, or I would like to see what was going on. I think that would be lovely, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it in the next weeks, because I kind of need a computer. So if I bring it to someone, it's still going to be a couple of days, and I kind of have things to do. So we'll see. In the meantime, I hope your month went well. I'm trying. I know you're trying. So let's keep on trying. And see you in February.